Good morning and welcome to America's Home Cooking. Today we're making a Greek stew known as Stifado, S-T-I-F-A-D-O. So we're going to be making another stew today. It's cold enough, the weather's beautiful. You're going to need a 2.5 pound chuck roast. All right, I'll tilt you down and we'll start working. We're going to have to cut this up ourselves. We want the pieces about 1 inch. This is different from what we have, which is nice to be different. Okay, we're gonna have to cut this off, all right. I want you to cut this excess meat off, fat, I should say. And this lining, as they call it. I don't have a problem with it, but they do. But Bonnie will like it, so that's all right, and so will the cats. I might give it to the cats this time. I feed the cats out in the alley as well. Well, some of this is going to be difficult to do. Sometimes I think people are terrified of fat. I am not. Too much of it? Yes. I want the pieces to be about 1 inch and no bigger. Mine's going to be approximately. You want me to cut this fat off, right? Yeah. You do want me to cut as much as I can. That's going to be a little... You're hearing me mumble to myself for what they want me to do. Cut this off. See, what they want you to cut off is this lining here. You see that lining there? That's what they want you to cut off. I'm going there's that lining. Now give that to the cats today. Cats eat this, they will not be hungry. But boy, that's going to run the whole length of this. This is not going to work. I don't see how this is going to work. So what have you guys been up to? This afternoon I'm going to show you how to make your own all-purpose flour. Some of you run out in the house and you have these two ingredients, and I'll give you the proper ratio. I've seen a lot of them come across my YouTube channel sitting there saying, well, it's not quite perfect, but it's this. But I got the recipe for you and show you how to make your own. And the cats are going to love this. They're going to love me. I'll get out there when I finish cutting this up. And we'll get out there and feed the cats. They can have a lovely breakfast this morning, which will keep them warm. They know where I feed them, so they'll be there waiting for me. I'm sorry the video didn't come out real clear, but you could hear what I was saying. Believe you me, everything you see me do here, the short will be the end product of it. I don't put an end product. I'm not show you how I'm doing it. Unless I tell you in the short, I did not show you how to make this because I didn't think it was going to work. Okay, that's done. I'll be back in 1 minute. Okay, put the meat into a bowl and spread it out because we're going to have to season it now. Now they want you to take half a teaspoon of black pepper and 1.5 teaspoons of salt and sprinkle all of this over it. Mine has a funny color. Remember, I mix my kelp and salt together. I tell you that all the time. take this and put this to the side. I'll be right back. Okay, put your oven on 300 and make sure your shelf is in the middle. Put 2 tablespoons of olive oil into your Dutch oven. And remember, you have to put it in before you put it on the heat. That's why I have my heat so low. Now to this we're going to add where'd you put them, Sandra? 1 bag of white pearl onions, and the bag size is 14.4 ounces. Or if you're in Europe, it's 408.2 G's. Okay. Let's see, what kind of heat do they want under here? Medium high heat. We're going to be cooking these. After we add the onions, you're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of sugar and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt in here with the onions. Just waiting for that pot to get hot. No, I'm not giving you any more food. You guys have enough food. Eat what you have, and then I'll feed you again. That was a 1/2 teaspoon of sugar. This is going to be a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay, you're going to need 3 garlics minced. I need to get out of here. sorry. I do sit there and mess up periodically. We used to get our onions fresh, and then we would sit there and have to peel them and cook them, but they wanted frozen this time. All right, you need 3 garlics minced, and that's what I'm getting ready to do right now. So this afternoon I'm actually going to show you how to make your own all-purpose flour. It's not difficult. I've listened to a lot of people. They say I'm close to it. It's not quite. Mine's a little heavy, but I will give you the right ratio and show you how you do it, and then you can make it yourself. All what you need is hard wheat and soft wheat, better known as spring or winter wheat, and I'll explain that again to all of the new people, though I know the ones who've been with me the longest already know this. Turn you up. That's not hot enough. They will be caramelized and cooked. It's going to take anywhere from 12 to 15 minutes for this, so I'll give you a break from me. Okay, you need 2 tomatoes cored and chopped. The cord is this part here that's hooked up into the tomatoes. You'll notice the cord doesn't break down. I've made enough tomato sauces to know that part doesn't break down. Now you see how they want your onions? You're going to add 3 cloves of minced garlic. 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Don't worry, there's more going into this stuff. You want 1/8 of a teaspoon of allspice. If you don't know how much 1/8 is, and you have the old measuring spoons, it's 1/2 of 1/4. And a whole teaspoon of cumin. Guess I'll get those flavors starting up as we get this going. Let's see what they want me to add here. All right, add 2 tomatoes, chopped. Remember to core them, like I showed you. Okay, you need 3/4 of a cup of white wine and add 1 cinnamon stick to it and 2 bay leaves. Okay, add your wine and add 2 1/4 cups of beef. No, what is it? What kind of stuff do they want? They say chicken broth. I'm not using that. I am going to use my vegetable stock on this one. This is just like getting a whole bunch of vegetables. And the stuff you see down on the bottom, I use it just as well. Now they want you to add the beef. turn your heat up to high. You'll notice that your pan deglazed when you added the wine and stuff. All those particles that stuck on the bottom. That's called deglazing when you add a liquid to it. Now we have to bring this to a boil. I've never done stews like this. We've always braised the meat first, but they're doing it this way, which is different. Waiting for you. Just like you, I should say, not waiting for you. Just like you, waiting for it to come to a boil. This has a really nice smell to it. I'm not gonna lie to you, it really smells good. If a meal doesn't smell good, believe you me, I can wrinkle my nose at it, but I find very few meals that aren't delicious one way or another. Can't you boil better than this than just on the sides? Okay, you're going to put this in the oven once it comes to a boil, just like this. No lid, just like this. Now, let's see how long we have to cook this. What they want you to do is, I'm going to clock this right now. They want you to clock this for 1 hour like this. Then take it out of the oven, stir it around to redistribute the meat and stuff in it, and then cook it for another hour, hour and a half to 2 hours. I'd say an hour and a half to 2 hours. They say until the meat is tender, then it's ready to serve. They recommend serving this with bread, but I am thinking of serving it with cornbread, just to be different today. But that's how I'm thinking, in that direction. Besides, I have to make bread. My son's finally ate it all up, so I have to make more bread, and I'm not going to have time to make it before this is done. So anyway, I'll see you at the end of this, and we'll see how the dish comes out. So that might be in a part 2, because I have some business I have to do on the phone. So I'll see you in part 2 of this.